fucking traffic cone out this bitch.
You ready, bro?
Ready than I'll ever be.
Juwan next to Don.
Except for my Steez. You know what's going on.
Alright, so right now we finna bring you the round 5 tips and predictions.
Man, we better be doing. I better get closer this week, bro. That's what I do know.
Man, like I said, this is the most unpredictable sport, bro. I'm less confident every week, bro.
For real, though. Every week, bro.
Bro, like week 1, I felt like I knew who was gonna be number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, bro. Now I don't know anything. I just know North gonna be 18, bro.
Bro, after last week, I don't even know that. But
shit, fuck it. Getting into it, first game of round 5, we got Saints in Richmond. What you got, bro?
I feel some type of way about this here, bro, because I tipped Richmond 2 weeks in a row, bro, and they lost both times, right? They're not gonna lose 3 times in a row, bro. They're not going to. They're not. You hear me, Richmond? Y'all are not. You wear the colors, facts. Richmond, they're not gonna lose, bro. St Kilda did put a good performance on, but I don't think they'll sustain that the whole game against the reigning premiers. So I'll tip Richmond 19.
All right, so I got Richmond winning this game by 25. So the Saints played a good game last week. They beat West Coast. They did a stellar comeback, if you will. But I just don't see them doing that against Richmond. I do see Richmond as a more consistent, more well-built team than West Coast. So I don't think they'll have a position to take advantage of a weak spot as much as they did against West Coast. And for that, I'm tipping Richmond by 25.
Second game of the week, we got West Coast versus Collingwood. This should be a real good and interesting game this week. It's at Optus, so I will go with West Coast by 7 points. Close game. From what I understand, they have small margin games most of the time that they play. I do think that Nick Nat will win this ruck battle. This dominant ruckman going against each other. But if you watch our last video, I said Grundy did have hitouts, but it wasn't to advantage. So I will assume that Nick Nat will win that. And Collingwood will struggle like they did last week against GWS. So I'm going to tip West Coast 7.
All right, so I got West Coast all day, every day. You know that. But I got West Coast winning by 12. For a few reasons. Low-key, this is a rivalry game. Us and Collingwood have been going back and forth these last few years, really. Especially, really since the 2018 Grand Finals, Collingwood and us been beefing, for real. And then last year on 2020, they beat us in the finals in Perth, in Optus. So we definitely have something to prove. They're the last team to beat us at home, so we need to beat them for sure. So yeah, I got us winning by 25. I got us winning by 12. Next game we got Western versus Gold Coast, and keep this short, right? I got Western winning by 40. They got a well put together team. Gold Coast isn't really on a level of Western, and it's really gonna show this game. So yeah, Western by 40, easy.
Yeah, Western Bulldogs versus Gold Coast. I had the Bulldogs as well. I have them by 34. Gold Coast. So I want to give them respect. They played a tough game against us last week, but I really looked back, and the only team they did end up beating was North. Granted, you ran into Carlton, you ran into West Coast. So I don't expect you to necessarily win those games, but you're also in Victoria, so I really don't see it happening. Yeah, Western Bulldogs 34.
Next game we got Sydney versus GWS. I got Sydney winning by 30. I feel like Sydney's just gonna be hungry this game. They almost got that reality check last game, winning by 2 or 3 points. This week I feel like they have something to prove, that they have, especially with that young man mentality that they got. They're gonna go in like, man, we almost lost last week. They should not be happy with that win last week, and they should come into this game with something to prove. And I think they're gonna do that. So yeah, Sydney by 30.
I'm wearing orange, bro, not GWS. if GWS brings it, it could be a good game. It could be a good game. I'm not saying it will be, but at the end of the day, Sydney's more a complete team in my opinion, and less hammered by injuries as well. So I'm gonna go ahead with Sydney. Tip them 24 points. I think the midfield might be too strong for GWS's game. I know GWS is pretty strong at forward, but I think the midfield might be a problem with them. I know Heaney, he's not gonna be playing. He broke his hand last game, so he's out for a decent amount of the season. But even despite that, I think they still will get it done because at the end of the day, GWS played Collingwood last week, and their forwards, even with Heaney out, I feel like are still stronger than Collingwood's forwards. So, yeah, Sydney 24. I don't think GWS is gonna come with that performance.
Yeah. Also, a lot of GWS players are hurt. They don't have their full team together, so they're just not gonna be enough for Sydney.
It's not. Next game, we have my boys. Yes, Lord. Carlton Blues. We got a good win last week against Power. We're going against Power this week. Go ahead, man. What you got for Carlton Blues?
So this game I got Port winning by 18. Port is just a more consistent team than Carlton. Although I do think they're both good teams, Port is just gonna play that full 4-quarter game. I think Carlton's gonna lose, but really just to their own mistakes. They're just gonna get on their own way, and Port is just gonna be consistent enough to brush that off, keep going, get the dub.
All right, fuck that. But I'm gonna rock with Carlton by 3 points, man. I can't. We're 2 in a row. We're gonna go for 3, man. We're not gonna lose to Port. I'm confident in this because we're hurt. Yes, we are. But Port's hurt as well, so that kind of balances out a little bit. Both of us struggled last week. Carlton and Power, both of us had a lot of behinds. We had shots on goal, so it'll be interesting to see who can turn it around this week. Port did it against Richmond, which is a better team. So I don't know if it was Richmond's defense, and I would attribute ours to the bad weather. So we're both on the same ground now, so it'll be interesting to see how the scoring will end up. We're at home, so I'm going to take that advantage. And also, another thing that's very important, I would say, what's his name? Charlie Dixon hasn't played that good this year. So I know he's one of the better players in the league, one of the more talented players, but it hasn't really shown on the field, in my opinion, from what I've seen. So if he continues to play the way he is, I think Carlton will get it done. 3 points.
Next game, we got Brisbane and Essendon. Go ahead, bro.
I feel like any game Brisbane in, I'm gonna always say, oh, this is gonna be a good game because I don't know where they're at. Brisbane's at home at the Gabba against Essendon, but I'll take Essendon by 18 in this game. At some point, Brisbane's gonna prove me wrong and they'll turn it around. I'm assuming that. But Essendon played too good last week. They played against Sydney. Sydney's at the top of the ladder. Top 3 right now, and it convincingly so. Essendon lost, and even then they had McGraw. He didn't play very good the whole game until the end. So Essendon could be better than what they showed last week. You got Jake Stringer. He's gonna bring it every day. Every game he's gonna bring it. Stringer and Cale Hooker too. You have the scoring options, man, and I feel like your defense is stronger than Brisbane's offense. So with the Charlie Cameron and the Danaher cohesion struggles, I don't think they'll get it done this week.
For me, I got Brisbane winning by 10, and this is really because Brisbane's finally back at home. They've been on away games the past 3 games, and they have that talent on their team, and I've still been waiting. Like you said, you're waiting to see it. I think this is gonna be the game that they're back at home. They have to win. Like they're 16th spot on the ladder right now. Like a lot of people had y'all top 3, top 4 team going into this season. So I'm still waiting to see that. So just because of that, I have Brisbane winning just because that and because they're at home. I have Brisbane winning.
The accidental last Joe Danaher goal. He didn't even do that on purpose, man. Them boys ain't gonna win. But we'll see. I'm talking shit. We will see, bro. Next game we got Fremantle versus the Adelaide Crows.
So I got Adelaide winning by 24. Adelaide's at home. Tex Walker really didn't do too much last game, 3 goals. So I think he's going to come out with a little chip on his shoulder. He's going to want to show out in front of his home fans. And what better team to show out in front of, like, what better team to show out to than Frio, bro? Like, Frio, you can do anything to Frio, bro. Frio's just...
But what he's talking about?
Frio's basically just a training team, dog.
Oh,
like,
my God.
Go ahead, bro.
Don't let Druzy see this, man. Okay, I'm going to go ahead. All right. I'm actually going to take Frio this week, man. I'm going to take Frio by 6. It's tough to do that because Adelaide's at home, and Adelaide was the first team to actually show me, okay, this team is loud at home. This team is loud. Like, this might be the loudest team. And I might not think so now, but that definitely shows that they have an advantage over there at home. I'm taking Fremantle because Tex, he kind of got, so he had like 3 or 4 goals, I think, last game, but he got handed 2 of them. Like a turnover, and then the other one, the tackle inside the 50. He did that, but you really didn't have to work for that goal too much, man. And then you didn't play hot at all against North. North was in it, and it was a blowout, but that's just the fourth quarter for the most part. North was really had a shot to win that game, like for the first 3 quarters. Also, Fremantle missed a lot, so maybe y'all turn it around, and you know, I'm taking the upset. I think I've been saying they're decent, but I think they're going to fall down the ladder, and I think it's going to start with Fremantle this week.
Next game, we got Hawks in Melbourne. I got Melbourne winning by 18. So I've learned to just trust Melbourne to be Melbourne. They are a good, consistent team. They play the same every week, and the Hawks also play the same every week. They only play half a game every week. Melbourne's going to play that full game. Melbourne by 18. Hawks probably going to have some comeback towards the end of the game, but Melbourne's going to hold on to the lead.
Yeah, I think we're on the same page with that one. I think it's going to be a bigger deficit, though. Hawks kind of, I've been up on the Hawks, but that last week's loss to Frio, it kind of brought them down a little bit to me. I got Melbourne by 37, actually. Let me go ahead and state that there. Melbourne by 37. I think the Hawks aren't going to play the full game. Melbourne is, like, pretty much what you just said. I think they're a little bit more talented with Bailey Fritsch over there. He's going to play his game. He's going to do it every time. And I said that last video. It's at MCG, so it's in Melbourne. Not, you know what I'm saying? It's both Victorian teams, so it's not as big as an advantage, but I think Melbourne's just a more consistent team, and they're going to show it again this week.
So last game, we got Geelong versus North. I got Geelong winning by 36, but I almost wanted to tip North this game. Like, I feel like North kind of deserves a win. They work for it. They just don't finish at all. And Geelong's been on the downhill slope.
Absolutely.
So if it wasn't for Geelong being at home, I might have tipped North. But yeah, Geelong, you got this. And you got the big margin because North never finishes the game. So yeah.
I also wanted to tip North. I'm not going to. I'm going to tip Geelong 35. But I wanted North. I wanted to. They really, after dogging their ass the last couple weeks, they're decent. They're decent, but they don't know how to play the game. They know how to get to space. They know how to get to the 50, but they don't know how to do anything else other than that. Dangerfield should be back. I say this every video. Dangerfield should be back. Cameron should be back. Rohan's gonna be back. So we're gonna see we should see a full power Geelong team, or a decently full power Geelong team. North is hammered by injuries. I think they lost a player that they just got back. With McDonald, lost him, pec injury, so he's out for a while. I think they lost a couple other players on top of what they were already missing. So I think North played good last week. Not this week though. 35 Geelong. That's 9 out of 9.
All 9 games, that's round 5.
And I got all 9 right. And if you don't think so, we gon' fight.
We gonna see. Oh boy, your track record ain't looking too good so far.
Chill out, boy. Chill out. I'm feeling real good on this shit, boy. Look.
Hey, we gonna see what's up though, for real. But yeah, we gonna go ahead and end this video, bro. Please like, comment, subscribe. You know, we've been appreciating all the support we've been getting from y'all. We definitely read the comments. We appreciate the feedback. We gonna keep doing this. We gonna keep this going on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we're just trying to stay consistent, man. as you can see, we've been doing that. Regardless of what we have going on, man, we're here to push the sport. We're here to, grow the channel, grow footy, trying to get it to be a worldwide sport. Hopefully, we don't want anybody to ruin the sport now. Let's put that out there. But look, we're out here, man. Steez and the Don, you know what's going on.
Yeah, so goddamn.
Yeah,
we goddamn.
Let's come to